Morning, morning. Happy Monday. We are live in the March Madness here. A little cup of sports in the morning. How are you feeling so far in March Madness, AJ?
I mean, great. It's been.
Yeah,
I thought the first round seemed slower than previous years.
yeah.
Like maybe there weren't as many upsets, or the upsets weren't as
Yeah,
big. I'm not
yeah,
really
it felt
sure.
like it wasn't a much,
Just,
yeah,
just didn't really feel as big. But then the second round,
this weekend.
it's just been nuts.
Yep.
It's been great. I've enjoyed pretty much every second of it. So I'm here for it. How
Yeah,
about you?
and pretty much same thing. Yeah, I think in those first two games, like you're just excited basketball's on. So it's like even though you're watching 30-point blowouts in some cases, you're like, I don't
Yeah.
care. I'm just happy that we're here and like it's fun to watch and whatever. And you have the moments of like the shittier lower end schools that compete for a moment with the big schools,
Right.
and you're like wishing the underdog well, and then it's just a 20-point deficit all of a sudden. But sometimes they do it, and so yeah, so there's a couple. Um, yeah, I had. We were talking about I think on Thursday night. I don't know if we had. I told you about it, but I think I did. That somebody had picked McNeese and Drake. I did tell
Yeah,
you that
you did.
McNeese and Drake to win, which is insane. That Survivor pool. I of course got Marquette wrong, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm out." I was like, "I don't trust myself to go 5 for 5." I was like, "I'm just not that
Yeah.
knowledgeable this year," and I was like, "I'm not doing 5 for 5 today." I thought about it this morning, and I was like, "I need to write down 5 and just see if I would have gotten it right." And I totally. I just lost track of time, and then the game started, and I was like,
Yeah.
"All right, fuck it. Oh well, who cares?" But yeah, so got kicked out of the Survivor. But as usual, we'll before we jump into our all of our March Madness details because a lot has happened yesterday and today and everything since we've been live. So hit me with your little inquisitive here.
Yeah. So, quick question: which fast food joint has the best fries?
I want to know your answer first.
Okay. So this is one that's like borderline fast food. It really depends on how you define it. So my one of my favorite fries is Five Guys. When they're like fresh Five Guys
Just
fries.
had that for dinner last night.
Like they're some primo fries.
I left the house.
Um
I texted Kaylee and said, "I hate to do it, but if you want to spend $147 on dinner, do you want to do Five Guys tonight?" And she said, "Yeah, I'll place the order." I said, "Lit, cool, sounds good." Yeah, it's like if we're
yeah.
willing to take out a second mortgage, let's get Five Guys tonight.
Right.
But anyway,
Yes.
continue. Yeah, so Five Guys.
Um so that's probably one of my
Borderline
favorites.
fast food though,
But
yeah,
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
like if you want to argue with me over it's fast food, it's not the hill I'm gonna die on.
Right,
So
yeah.
like I'll go for it.
Sounds good, man. Have a great day.
Yeah, exactly. So like truly fast food, like I would say is like inarguable. My favorite fry is Arby's curly fries.
See, then I feel like you open the door to like, is that a standard fry? Because like they're seasoned and everything differently. So like, because like mine for like, do you do the regular fries at Five Guys or the Cajun?
I've had both, but I usually just get regular.
Okay, yeah. See, Kaylee is not a spice person. I get bitched at all the time. I put too much cayenne, too much crushed red pepper, too much paprika, too much anything. She spends it immediately, and I'm always like, it's not that hot. I'm like, it's not that bad. And I look over and dude, she's like eyes watering, like breathing, like drinking milk and shit. She's like, you did it again, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't think I put that much in there. So I've learned to start making dinners like separately. Well, cook dinner and then like add spice after. I just can't do it. Like I like things to like savor in the spice, and
Yes.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
can't with her. Like I cannot.
That's tough.
So with that being said, the Cajun fries there, she's one that's one where she's like, they're just really not that spicy, and I don't mind them. Like
Right.
they're not that bad, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like it is a true Cajun flavor, not like a spicy flavor.
Yes.
So, yeah, I would agree though that like Five Guys has like the best, and then like yeah, I mean if you're including Arby's in it with like the Wendy's, because it really is just like Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King,
You're gonna hate what my third ranking would be.
Popeyes. I think is I think they have French fries or like potato wedges or some shit. Or
Yes.
like what is it like KFC potato wedges or something?
No, no, no. My third ranking is Chick-fil-A waffle fries.
Okay, I don't hate that actually because I do. Their waffle fries are good as fuck. I
I
will
know.
give them that. I have a beef with KFC or with Chick Fil A in general because people think it's really good chicken and it's not. I just need people to
It's
go try.
it's okay chicken.
It's okay
It for
for our
fast food. For
area and
fast food,
for
it's good chicken.
yes, but there's Zaxby's, there's Bojangles. Like
Sure.
there's so much better. Like people always are just like Chick Fil A, and I'm like, you've never been more south than Virginia, and that's how I know. Like like that is an immediate telltale
Yeah.
sign where I'm like, you've never visited anything past Virginia unless you visited Grandma in Orlando, right? Like okay, all right, cool, yeah, no Bojangles, no Zaxby's, no churches, like any of those. Like if you've never had
Yeah.
any of them, like but yeah, so Chick Fil
What's
I don't know
one?
Chick
Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane just came. That one is hit or miss for me, but
Yeah.
Zaxby's is my all-time favorite. Rand and I
Okay.
did a little taste test at every chicken restaurant when we were traveling. We hit Florida, and she drove with us out to Arizona, and we hit every single chicken place from Florida out. We hit everything. It was
Los
fucking phenomenal.
Palos.
That was the one we did miss. I wish we could go see Gus Fring and hit like a real Los Payos Hermanos, but Yeah, none of those, unfortunately. God, I'm so glad you liked that show and you followed through it. Did you finish Better Call Saul?
No, I'm in the last season now.
Oh, okay. You need to finish. You need to get to the end of
I'm
there.
I'm working on it.
All right, yeah, no worries. But yeah, anyway, so French fries. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I would honestly be inclined to put Chick-fil-A just kind of first if you're not doing Five Guys, and like, I would probably rather have like a good solid waffle fry over curly fries. But I don't know. Yeah, curly fries you hit different too because like you get the
Yeah.
cheese with it and stuff. Like yeah,
Uh-huh.
cheese and some Arby's sauce. Like yeah, it's pretty good. But that was a solid question. Now I'm definitely hungry and I'm gonna have
Nah,
to leave here
but I
whenever we're
still need to
done.
know. So you're just rolling with Arby's, Chick-fil-A.
See, I
If
don't know
we
yet. My
okay,
number
so
one
if we take out and you're looking for like a standard like just chopped
regular
potato,
French fry.
regular French fry,
McDonald's, honestly.
McDonald's, okay,
Yeah, like if you're not counting Five Guys or you're not want the Cajun, like you just want standard French fry. Yeah, because like Burger Kings aren't that good. Wendy's are pretty good, but like for me, like
I'm a
just
Wendy's guy.
yeah, like I like them, but for me, it's like McDonald's, the hottest fuck out of the fryer, salted just right. Oh, dude,
They
like
they
that, like
can
when you're
hit different,
starving
yeah.
and you fucking grab a little handful and do that. You do one of those and you eat a little
I
handful. Like yeah, those are the fucking.
I
They hit
also
so different.
am very biased with Wendy's because I almost always eat them with a frosty.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, see again,
And
that
so
you're
like
adding
yeah,
caveats to
right,
it, like
yeah.
just straight
But
French
I
fries and
do
ketchup,
I
maybe. Like
McDonald's is definitely a close second if you're going
yeah,
like
that's
strictly
yeah,
French fry fast food only.
yeah.
Like they're
We
definitely a close
got
second. Cuz I can make
smiley fries in the freezer at Giant
oh yeah.
recently, and we made them in the air fryer recently. That's I was like, "God, I feel like I'm in seventh grade again. This is fucking awesome."
Um yeah, McDonald's hits a little different also with like a Coke. Like a
Yes,
fountain
that's, I was
Coke
gonna
from
say that. I didn't know how
McDonald's.
you were
Like
with soda, but like for me, like yeah, if I'm starving and I need something to eat quick, and I got some hot McDonald's fries, I have a Coca Cola, like I'm content. Like I'm
yeah.
good. I can not be hangry through this event real quick because I got some fries and a Coke. Like I'll survive.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna be looking for some food. We did Middlesex bingo Friday night. It was
You
fucking
did go.
awesome in the
Okay.
cafeteria. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy. We were inside there. It was nuts. Yeah,
Bring back some memories.
so nostalgic.
Sitting
It
at
was
the
crazy.
sitting at the same lunch tables from
Little ass shit table.
2001.
Dude, the whole time me, Ran, and Kayla were like, dude, my back fucking hurts. This is crazy. My back hurts so bad. And Joe was just sprinting around with friends. And I was like, I probably didn't sit at bingo either. I was like, I probably was outside fucking around.
Dude,
But yeah,
we did
it was
so much in those in that
yes,
lunchroom auditorium because it
yeah.
has a stage that goes between the
Yep.
two.
Yep, between the
Yeah.
two. Yeah, we were in the auditorium for this one. We weren't in the
Oh, okay.
cafeteria. But yeah, so yeah, we were over in the auditorium. But yeah, it was pretty cool. But what were we even talking about? Oh, so yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is I was walking in there. We were like, we didn't have time to eat dinner before, and I was like, I need something. I'm not sitting through this for no fucking food. And they had one food truck, and I was like, I'm not waiting in line for an hour and a half to miss a bingo either. So I was like, we need some food. And I haven't had Popeyes in a long time, so I stopped in there and grabbed literally just a mashed potato, and I sat there at the fucking table playing with a large mashed potato to myself and a Coca-Cola, and I was like, I'm good. I was like, I'll survive until we leave now. I'll get dinner later.
Yikes.
All right, since we are a sports podcast, we will move on from talking about food. Although I am always down to sit
Now
and talk
everybody's
food.
hungry on a Monday
Yeah,
morning
now I'm
and
starving. Yeah,
already
if I listen to
thinking
this on
about
a Monday
lunch.
morning, I'll be pissed. Yeah, I'm going right to McDonald's and asking for French fries. Like it's 7:30 in the morning, sir. I don't care. Put them in. Drop a basket. All right. So as usual, start with some football talk. Give
Yeah.
me a little date deadlines.
Yeah, I mean, really the only thing to
Countdowns.
focus on is the draft is now 24 days away. Inching ever closer. 2025 opener, Eagles home game will be 158 days away. And we'll get the schedule released 44 days from now, so we'll get to see who they play and what the
Love that.
schedule turns out like. So 44 days away from like truly talking about football again and
Yes,
starting to
yeah,
make
I'm
some
so excited.
preseason predictions and
I do love the fact that
Yeah.
we pretty much, when planning the podcast, as we always were transparent, we talk about our plans on live. It was one where we were like, are we going to like not talk about football? Like, are we going to have an off season and we're just going to not have any episodes? I love that, like, no matter what, we've been like, fuck it, let's sneak some football in at the start. Like, let's keep it alive. Like,
Yeah.
let's remember the football. But like, Mac legit the other day, I was like, no, buddy, I was like, Saturday and Sunday, there was basketball on all day long. And both of them hit me with like an, and I was like, that. I was like, don't be giving me that shit. I was like, you guys like it? I'll show you the bracket. And they were like, all right, fine. And then Mac literally just went, I just want to watch football. And I was like, I've never been so happy. I was like, my God, I love you boys. And I was like, this is the best. Yeah, so my son's complaining that it's not football season is just peak dad life. Like, I was
Okay.
like, fuck yes.
Okay, well, I have this for you. UFL starts this coming weekend.
Ooh, that's actually a good point. Good call. Like
Yes.
that. Mackie will
So
appreciate that. Yeah, Mackie will
Saturday,
appreciate
March
that.
29th at 4 p.m. will be the first game.
3:29, 4 p.m.
And then
Love that. Mackie will
Sunday,
appreciate
there's
that.
a doubleheader starting at noon.
Love
So,
that. Yeah, I'll get
um,
UFL added to the calendar into my
yeah.
little sports list thing. Good thinking. Yeah, I forgot that was a thing because they combined now. It's like The Rock did the
Yes.
XFL or whatever, and UFL had like a handful
Yeah.
of games. I don't know if he's even still part of it or whatever, but I know that they recombined yet again or
Yeah.
whatever. So let's see what happens this time. But
Yeah. So,
um,
UFL, they're together, and we'll see what the heck happens.
love that. But yeah, so football stuff. But anyway, with real news though, pretty much the only thing that's happened, the only movement I've seen that's like a worthy note is Jameis Winston, Mr. Crab Legs, to New York.
Yep.
Um,
Signs with the Giants
love that
specifically.
for him. Probably gonna make a ton of endorsement money, like just being Jameis and being in the big
Yeah.
city. Like you need to start a handful of games and do one cool spinning touchdown, and you're gonna get millions and millions of dollars in endorsements. Like
Yes.
he needs one
Especially because he
good.
plays for the Giants and not the Jets.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
he's gonna get the respect that he deserves. Like he gets them to like 4-1. All the signings are gonna come in, and then he's gonna like they'll be dog shit. No question will they be dog shit after that and fall
Yeah.
apart. But like if you're 2-0, 3-0, like if he
Right.
gets a little humble, like a little juice in New York, he's gonna get all the love, which rightfully so. I love me some Jameis. So also, Malik Neighbors, I feel like that's a pretty sweet combo for the two of them, but also maybe not really because Jameis isn't the most accurate quarterback, which, if you're a quarterback in the NFL, that typically is an important feature.
Yeah.
So that could be a little bit of a problem, a little stunt in Malik Neighbors' growth, but I guess we shall see. But hopefully not, though, because the leadership and the confidence and all that shit is absolutely going to be there. So
I'm curious if they draft a quarterback or not, and then
I
what
still
do they
feel,
do?
I feel like, yeah, I still
'Cause,
feel like
like,
they're
I'm not
still, because
not
A-Rod could still end up there.
He could, yeah. I'm still just not necessarily sure I want Jameis Winston trying to teach my rookie quarterback.
Facts.
But
No,
like,
yeah. No,
look,
yeah.
I'm not the Giants GM. I didn't let
Facts.
Saquon walk out of my building to go to
They've
Philadelphia.
done dumber.
So
And I love too that, like you pointed out last time, that they gave like pretty much the same contract that they should have given to Saquon to like a random corner, and
yeah,
it was like, dog, like what are we doing here? Like what the hell
Yeah.
are you actually doing?
Like,
But other than that, there is still just a handful of pretty big names out there that are still free agents. So there's still pretty big names that have to fall. Stephon Diggs, Amari Cooper, Asante Samuel Jr., Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, J.K. Dobbins, Keenan Allen, Calais Campbell, Zadarius Smith, Tyler Lockett. Justin Simmons did not sign with the Eagles like I had thought he did. Apparently they signed in principle and it never was official. So he's still being eyed out for a handful of other teams. And then Von Miller. I literally read an ESPN article and it was like top free agent still available, and Justin Simmons was like one on the list. And I was like, I'm about to let them know he signed with the fucking Eagles. Did one quick Google search for Justin Simmons and was like, oh, he did not sign with the Eagles actually. But I think that it's like pretty much a lock. Like I think he might just still be like considering another team or something. But I think you guys have him like on paper pretty much. So. And then Von Miller, if I didn't already say that one, Von Miller's last one, which also I thought was weird too. Russell Wilson, Justin Simmons, and Von Miller. We have 3 of like the last top 10 free agents that used to play for the Broncos. So if you guys all want to just come back, little reunion vet minimums, I'd take it at this point, except for Russ. Russ can fuck off.
You're still paying him. You want to pay him again?
Yeah, we're almost done. Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, no, except for Russ. I said that out loud and I was like, no, I do not want Russell Wilson. No, thank you. Alrighty. On to some basketball. NBA news.
Yeah.
/ college news for my first NBA bullet point is actually college related. That there's a lot of talk of Cooper Flag returning to Duke now because like the teams that are realistically going to end up in the lottery with his pick are just dog shit, and so like he'll have the power to just be like, nah, I'm going to run it back at Duke, which for
Isn't
me
that
is just,
every year?
yes, but like certain years it's like certain franchises have better outlooks. So like the Hornets, the Wizards are like the big concern. Like I feel like nobody really wants to go to DC and play for the Wizards because like it's just a shit show there, and it has been forever. Like a name that you'll recognize, they fumbled John Wall, and they haven't done dick.
He was
since.
one of my favorite players going into the NBA. Yes, yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
dude, like that was
I gotta hear the song playing. Right
as
now.
a North Carolina fan, we both were like, "Oh, Kentucky," but like, dude,
Yeah,
that shit is just like anything John Wall related was absolute like top notch. Then the song came out, and like, yeah, it just was like the best. So yeah, so to put it out in perspective, we were in what fucking 9th grade, and they fumbled the bag then, and have continued to fuck up ever since. They paid him, but that was about it, and then they paid Beal, and then that was about it. So.
Look,
I wouldn't want to go there either.
Cooper, my 76ers aren't that far out.
if you guys get there, I think the pick gets traded to the Thunder. So like that's the
Oh,
concern with the
right.
Sixers being so bad is that you guys could hand the Thunder fucking Cooper Flag. So like that is dangerous. Like they are the best. We're gonna get to that. That's the next bullet point. I'll just jump
Number
ahead a
one
little
in
bit.
the West.
Number one in the West, only team that's clinched their conference. If you look at the standings, they
Yeah.
are 12 games ahead, whereas in the East, we're only the Celtics are 5 games behind the Cavs.
Yeah.
So it is a significant like, dude. And the Rockets are like a young, fun, bouncy team that does not have playoff experience, so they probably will not be going far in the playoffs. So like
Okay.
it's really the 1 seed, and then you're looking down at the 3 and the 4, which is the Lakers and the Nuggets, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 are all teams that are like barely in the playoffs. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like the Thunder are gonna run through the West this year unless the Nuggets get their shit together. But
LeBron would like a word.
yeah, LeBron would like a word too. Yeah, I'm sure. No, yeah, when it comes time, like that's gonna be tough. But yeah, because like speaking of which too, the Bulls have 30 wins and they technically have a chance. We were talking about that off air. They're the 10th seed. They have
That's crazy.
not the Bulls. I think I meant the Heat. Isn't it the Heat? Are
The
Heat
Heat
10th
have
seed?
well,
The Heat.
the Heat are the 10 seed right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Heat are the 10th seed. They have 30 wins. They're in the dealt with all the Butler drama. So like they actually might be a better team than their record indicates. But sneaking into the playoffs as a 10 seed and then potentially beating the Cavs is just like hysterical to think about. So that actually sucks for the Celtics because we always struggle with the Heat for whatever reason. So I kind of would prefer for that not to happen. But yeah, other than that, yeah, the East finally has teams eliminated. Like I said, Thunder clinched
Yeah.
their spot in the conference, so like they're locked in with a 12-game lead and only a handful of games left. So, and then other than that, I just was looking at it today, and like as we expected, the Mavs have just completely fallen apart. So like, poor Kyrie Irving, please get him out of Dallas.
I mean,
I
he's
feel like
done for the
just-
season, so it's
Yeah, I
just,
know. I just like it's in my head.
see
I
what the
just
hell
don't want him to
happens
come
next
back.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel bad because I feel like it's not going to be any better. Um,
So find out.
I also saw that Cuban was on either your mom's house or two. I think it was your mom's house, which is crazy. I did not ever see that.
He was on
combination
Theo Vaughn's not that long ago, so
Oh,
kind of
was he?
makes
Like,
sense.
yeah, it would be all probably. I think Theo and everybody goes to YMH, which is so crazy. That's so smart of Tom. Tom said, "Hey, I'm gonna build fucking huge podcast, and also a studio for 10 of my friends to do their podcasts." Like,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll take a little slice of that. Thank you. The first time I realized it was on like the Honeydew or Dr. Drew After Dark or whatever, and then
Yeah.
like Ryan Stickler's. I was like, damn, those sets look like the same. And I was like, oh duh. I was like, they're all YMH. Tom built one studio and they all record there. And I was like, dude,
Yeah.
he is just fucking raking it in. So
Yeah.
anyway,
He's a great businessman.
100%.
You
yeah,
wouldn't
so
know
look-
it looking at him, but like
No, yeah, little Tom Segura glazing, but
Yeah.
yeah, fucking no more gator, no more shrimp. Continue on. That's all I
Yeah.
really have for basketball. Is yeah, we're crunching down. Playoffs are coming, but obviously right now March Madness is the prime
Yeah,
basketballness.
that's pretty much what's up. With baseball, again, the season started and I still couldn't care less.
Nope.
I guess
My mom-
technically it hasn't started now because they played those couple games and now they're back to the
Whatever.
to the spring training for like
I
a
thought
few
they started,
weeks,
and then earlier at dinner, my mom was like, "I can't wait for baseball season to start next Thursday." And I was like, "Didn't it already start?" She was like, "No, they did this and they did that." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, let me know when we're like 10 games from the playoffs." And I was like, "Let me know when we're at game like 145." And she was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "That's crazy."
I think we mentioned this last week that it's like for me it's like I'll go to a game during the summer at some point, but other than
100%,
that,
yeah.
I could care less.
No, yeah. I'll do it for something to do on one weekend to take the boys and explore and pay $7 for a ticket and get some hot dogs and
Yeah.
shit and make Kaylee drive so I can do 9 for 9. But other than that, like, yeah, it's really not good. But like, yeah, I don't care until it's playoff time. And then at that point, like, yeah, sure, I'm rooting for the Phillies so that they get a bunch of playoff games and we have a chance to go to one of those. And like, that's fun. That's
Yeah.
electric. That's what you want. So
Yeah. But yeah, so just kind of baseball is what it is. I'm sorry, baseball fans.
just don't care.
Ovi is still 7 goals away. He did not score in his last game, which is wild because I looked back at the score and it was like, oh, the Caps scored 6. Like he had to have one. He did not. He had 2 assists.
He did not.
So kind of a disappointment, but he's right there. They did clinch their playoff spot, so like they're officially in the playoffs mathematically, although it was pretty obvious. So it just kind
They
of
had to like lose out.
yeah, it was one of those like you have to lose out and like one of these teams has to win out, and it's just like sure mathematically it's possible, but realistically you guys are leading the conference, so it's not, or the division, so it's not. In other news, the NCAA men's wrestling championship was held this weekend in Philly. Penn State won the team championship. I'm not a huge wrestling guy anymore. I don't follow it as close as I did when I worked in men's wrestling for Lock Haven for Division One. Lock Haven did end up tying for 40th in team points. So like, I mean, still like
getting ranked. Yeah,
we're on the board.
Colleges are.
Yeah.
100%.
Penn State wins the national championship as a team. I think they had 2 individual titles, including Carter Scarachi, who is now the only 5-time NCAA champion at his
I saw
weight.
it. That's crazy. Yeah, that shit's wild.
So like,
I also saw the video of the I'm gonna fuck this up, Minnesota kid that's
the heavyweight
getting upset by the other kid.
He won the gold medal this past year in Paris. And then comes out and loses,
Shit,
to like
I
a
saw
4
that shit.
seed,
That was
I mean, look, that's why you got to wrestle, like, right? March Madness. So,
you got to play.
Yeah. So then, sticking with college, we'll move right into basketball, man. Just talk about some of these big upsets. A heck of a weekend. Arkansas. There's a buddy of mine that goes to Arkansas, so like he's hype as shit. Taking down St. John's. It was funny because he told me beforehand. He's like, "Don't sleep on Arkansas, man. Don't sleep on them."
Dude, I was
put some money on them.
I was gonna pick. I was like, I don't trust because I trust Pitino got his team good enough in his conference, but not good enough for like playoff experience kind of stuff. Like this is the first year of Pitino really rebuilding the school. They just happen to be good enough to get a 2 seed. So like, they're gonna, like I thought about that because I was like, dude. Calipari knows what the fuck he's doing as well, so like the coaching cancels out. Arkansas probably is a better overall team, and they just beat Kansas, so like they proved it in the tournament already. And so like I was like, damn, that could be an upset, but
so now I feel kind of dumb because he told me to put money on him and I didn't, and now he's like rubbing it in my face. I'm like, come on, man.
That's what you just lie. Like I put 10 grand on him. Thanks, man. Great advice. Great advice.
No, because I'd be like, I need to see that ticket. What you win?
You're like, cool. Some beers on you.
Yeah.
And dinner and a car payment. But so that was fun to watch though. It was one of those funny moments too where like they were walking out, the guys shook hands and I was just like, look guys, I was like, these used to be best friends. And they were like, are they still best friends? And I was like, I mean they're still friends. They're like, but they're on different teams. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, why aren't they like, and like the questions just started coming in. I was like, fuck dude, I should never have said anything. And I was like, now like they're trying to understand like coaching dynamics and people moving schools and stuff. And I was like, they used to work together a long time ago. And I was like, now they don't. And I was like, then they're in the NBA. And I was like, all right, never mind, forget it. But yeah, other than that, so yeah, that was a great game though. That was a solid game to watch. Did see the Maryland buzzer beater here just a little bit ago before we started. That was crazy because Colorado State had a chance. That's it. Right before we were recording,
they were leading.
To watch that. Yeah, they were up. They hit that up 3. They just had to play some defense. And I love what the coach said in the post game. They said like basically what happened. What did you draw up? And he was like, I don't know. I just asked the team who wants the ball, and the one kid said, "Give me the mother effing ball." And he was like, that was kind of it. I said, all right, you're getting it. Just get the ball to the rack. Like get a good shot.
Yeah, that Queen kid is no joke. Guess he's a true freshman and just hit easily the biggest shot of his life.
100%. Yeah. And then now you have a chance to move on and hit more big shots.
Yeah.
So like, that's what's most important too. So, and then Ole Miss is up 90. They just beat Iowa State. So number 6 seed just now coming in 91-78 over Iowa State. Obviously, if you're listening in the morning, this happened last night, but. Yeah, Ole Miss wins, so feel better about North Carolina. Pretty much whoever beats North Carolina, as long as it's not a hated team, I like root for them because then it's like, see, we lost to the team that won. Like that's why we lost. Like we were 11 seed, but Ole Miss won the title that year. Like I like that. Like give me that over everyone else. Yeah, give me that shit over everyone else. And I've had that conversation now. I think I've talked about this before, but it came up again this weekend where almost every game the boys are like, "Who are we rooting for?" Like I'm like, "This or this team." Joe has a tendency right away to look who's leading and be like, "I want that team to win." And I'm like, "Of course you do." The other day, for the first time, I'm usually like, oh, I don't care. Like, if it's the Broncos, Celtics, Tar Heels, Michigan, like, I'll root for one of them. Eagles, like, I'll root for them first. But then if not, I'm just like, I don't care. Pick a team. Like, whoever you guys want to root for, if they pick separate, I'm like, all right, fuck, I don't care. You guys just duke it out. Or, like, if they both pick together, I'm like, yeah, that team. Or, like, I'll go against them or whatever. Yeah. The other day, I was like, see that team there with the big blue D? I was like, we don't root for them for any reason at all. I was like, never once ever do we go, yeah, that team. I was like, not even if it helps North Carolina's seeding. I was like, we just don't root for Duke ever. I was like, that is just something we don't do. I said, the dark blue team, we do not do.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay. And I was like, yeah. So like this. So the other team, I was like, yes, we're rooting for Baylor, guys. So I was like, we're rooting for the green team. I was like, we don't do Duke ever. So yeah, so I'd explain that this weekend. But I really thought about it. That's like the only team. Like I said, we've talked about it before, like Ohio State, but like Duke is like the only team I just absolutely like. I just couldn't even imagine rooting for. Like it
Oh,
makes
I'm
me
the
feel
same way
fucking
with Ohio
sick to
State.
even think of it. Like I could
Yeah.
not even imagine rooting for that team for
Yep.
any reason.
They could be like, hey, Ohio State wins this game and Michigan gets $40 million more. I'd be like, nope,
Like fuck
don't
that,
want it.
dude. Fucking get
Don't
better
want
recruit.
it.
Get
Yep.
better scouts. Fuck that. Get better scouts. Get better recruiters. Find a volunteer. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll pay for some. I'll give you $40. Like I don't know. Like yeah, it's I don't want them to win.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was fun. But anyway, continue us on. Take us on there. I couldn't believe this next one.
Yeah, so BYU topples Wisconsin. What, 2 points, 89-91.
Yeah, that was it. That was a solid game.
Yeah,
missed the buzzer beater.
Just a great game. Nice to see that. And then my 5 seed Michigan Wolverines slipping into the Sweet 16. Now get the true test in number 1 Auburn. So they did slide by Texas A&M. That game was back and forth for a while, and then at the end, Michigan just pulled away.
Yeah, it was close for a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm glad they slipped in, get into the Sweet 16. Their head coach's first year at Michigan, so like not really even his players, his guys. Like, props to Dusty May.
Yep.
Big thing. So
all those teams
we're waiting for what, 2 more games to finish right now. Oregon and Arizona are in a close one. Almost at halftime, yeah. And then New Mexico putting up a fight against Michigan State.
They have like roughly the same scores, 42-37 and 41-46, and one game is like 10 minutes past the other one. Like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that Ole Miss beat Iowa State, yeah, there's only these 2 games left, so.
Yeah, so we're waiting to fill those final 2 spots in the Sweet 16, and then Thursday, is it? The 29th?
Yep. Yeah, it's Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday for Sweet 16 Elite 8, which is sick. I love that they do the 2 double weekends. Like,
yeah,
give me all the basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
Game is almost... Nope, that's not it. What game's almost over? Oh yeah, New Mexico and Michigan State.
Yeah. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. What happened with people beating each other up this weekend?
A lot of good stuff this weekend. Only fight I can say that I even watched because it was a fight night one, which again, I'm just 50-50 on if I have shit going on or not. That's like kind of the priority level, and it got dropped this weekend. But Leon Edwards, who is typically a good fighter and he beats the shit out of people, he got guillotine choked this weekend, so it was just one where like, goddamn, that looks so uncomfortable, like getting your neck fucking bent downward, like, oh, like fucking A. So he got guillotine choked this weekend, so he lost. Sean Brady won, so new kid, up and comer, like not brand new kid, but like somebody fighting to get onto a true Saturday night belt fight kind of thing is up and coming, but yeah, choked him the fuck out. So other than that, Nate and Nick Diaz might be names that you recognize.
Yeah.
They were like part of the Conor McGregor world, and one of them is like a pretty well put together fighter. The other one is like smokes weed in buildings and like punches reporters and throws sodas at people.
Solid.
Like, in bar fights and shit all the time. So he recently had charges for a bar fight where it was not his fault. Like some dude just kept challenging him and like fucking with him and was just like, oh, I beat your fucking ass. Like I have weight on you, whatever. And he was like, dog, leave me alone. Like you're gonna get slapped. And like he talks like really slurred. Like it always sounds like he's just like, man, you're gonna get slapped. And like that's how he talked all the time. And everyone was like, don't fuck with that dude. And he was like, I don't give a shit. Moments later, guy's laying on the ground, fucking face first, eating concrete, and Nick just like walks away and was like, I told him, and it's like the videos came out, and it was like, here he goes again, what an asshole, he's out here fucking beating up civilians, and he's too powerful with it, and then everyone was like, no, that dude was fucking with him like all night, like he was just trying to get away, and that guy kept challenging him, like that guy learned that night that like you don't fuck with people like that. And, so it's cool to see the charges drop there again. It sucks to see that the people like that have that power to fucking really kill somebody with a punch or a kick or whatever. Like he could have just ended that man's
assault
life.
With a deadly weapon as your fist.
Yeah, your fist, your back spinning elbow or something like that. And the dude just eats a fucking parking meter and falls the head first into the curb. Like, yeah, those are always so rough.
Yeah.
Every time, that is like the one thing where like every time I talk about this all the time, my Twitter feed is dark. So when I'm scrolling through, people get knocked the fuck out. As soon as I see people put fists up, I'm like, no, go to the grass, go to the grass, go to the grass, go to the grass. Like, just at least go to the grass. Like, why are we trying to knock somebody out where they're going to fall head first or head backwards on the concrete? Like, fighting, and if you need to settle shit one-on-one, go for it. Go do it in the grass. Like, don't do that shit in the middle of pavement. That's insane. Like, one person hits their head and they're blacked out.
In the bathroom. because it's like a high school bathroom.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Those are always like someone's about to eat a fucking sink or
Yep.
like fucking corner of a stall. I'm always like, dude, someone's gonna lose an eye over a dumb high school fight. Like, I'm all for the dumb high school fight, but go do it in the grass. Like, go do it in the grass. Like, yeah, it's
This
not.
is how I know
worth
you're
it.
old.
Yeah, literally. I like think about it all the time. Like, even myself, if someone wanted to push me to fight, I'd be like, let's fight. Let's fucking step outside in the grass. Like, let's walk over there and fight. Like, there's no reason either one of us should walk away with this brain damage. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna win or you're gonna win, but even if I win, I don't want you to be eating out of a straw and it like that's unrealistic for a 1 moment squabble. I was like, that's just dumb. So so that was one where that guy really could have fucking ended his own life basically. But
Sure.
anyway, other than that, so we're looking forward to April 12th. That's the next big fight card. So
Gotcha. Did you watch the race today?
I did.
Yeah. It was okay. Like, obviously I'm a big NASCAR guy, love NASCAR, so I enjoyed the race until my driver Ryan Blaney died. Not literally. I guess I should probably put that clarifier out there. His engine died. It's been a long time since I've seen an engine go up in smoke the way his did.
Yeah.
But
I did miss that. I saw it in
yeah.
Twitter video afterwards.
So unfortunate because I would argue he had probably the best car on the day. He led like 113 laps or something like that, like something crazy.
Yeah.
But Kyle Larson did end up getting the win. 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports brings it home. So good for him. Race, like I said, was okay. Just a lot of good passing. But when you get to a track like that where the top is so effective and tires matter, it's one of those, like, I'm a purist. I really enjoy that type of racing, but I understand how somebody watches that and they're like, this is kind of boring.
Yeah.
So I get it.
My mom had said that she went to one. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but this is the track where Ross Chastain did the fucking wall ride thing, right?
That's next week at Martinsville.
Wait, what was this week? Miami.
This week was Miami, yeah. Homestead, Miami. Yeah. This coming weekend, so not today or yesterday if you're listening on Monday. This coming
I don't know
Sunday,
why I thought
they'll be
that,
at
yeah,
Martinsville.
You're right. I even talked to the boys about it because I was trying to convince Joe like Florida for March Madness, and I was like, we were in Florida, because he was like, I recognize that, and I was like, we were there for a little bit, and I was like, root for Florida then. Like, I was just trying to get them association and shit like that. And so I brought up Florida. Then a little while later, we were talking about the race, and I was like, the race is in Florida today. I was like, they're near where the school is. Like, I was trying to just associate everything so that they're interested. So
it was a good 1.5-mile track. There was a decent amount of passing, some good storylines throughout the race, that kind of stuff. But yes, the Ross Chastain video game wall ride, Hail Melon, whatever you want to call it.
Was crazy.
That's this coming week. So for the record, that has been banned. You're not allowed to do that anymore.
After he did it,
NASCAR was like, you can't do that anymore.
No, I'm not doing that shit.
We can't be having that. They banned it, but if you got up early enough, or you're like me and you record it and you watch later, F1 was in China this weekend.
I forgot about that totally.
It was a sprint race, so there was a race. What would have been Saturday morning, I guess, at like 1 a.m. And then there was another one this morning, Sunday, at, I think this one was at 3 a.m. But Lewis Hamilton wins the sprint race, gets his first win in a Ferrari, although it's not a true Grand Prix win. It does count as a win, so props to him. And then Oscar Piastri starts on pole and wins the race. His teammate Lando Norris finishes second, and George Russell comes home third. The big storylines coming out of this weekend, though, are both Ferraris get DQ'd along with Pierre Gasly for different reasons. So Charles Leclerc's Ferrari was underweight, so there's a minimum weight that includes the driver weight that the car has to meet. And there is a tolerance from the FIA, and they were under the tolerance, as was Pierre Gasly for weight. And then
they both took a big shit before the race. As soon as you said it includes
doesn't
driver
quite
weight,
count,
I was
but
like,
yeah,
they both took a big shit, and then they were underweight.
Yeah. And then Lewis Hamilton and his Ferrari was DQ'd for a plank width. So there's essentially a metal plate on the bottom of the car that is like a skid plate, and
Hmm.
it has to be a certain thickness. Otherwise, it's an advantage because it weighs less. And so it wasn't the minimum
Do you
thickness.
think these guys do they ever do this shit like on purpose? Like, is this like players wearing certain gloves like so they don't get caught holding? Like, are they doing shit where they're like they're not going to check this? Because think like, because some of them probably get away with certain things.
Yeah,
So
so
like,
the
so like,
FIA
are some of
does
them
not
like?
check every
So
vehicle.
yeah, it's
They
probably like an
they
audit
do
here and
check
there, and
they
so
do check the top 3, and then they pick a couple random cars throughout the field.
yeah. See, there's probably
I
some.
I would argue that it's not something that's not something that you're purposely making it thin. What happens is because it's a skid plate, every time you go over a curb or the car
Oh
bottoms
yeah, you're
out,
skidding,
that
you're
skid
thinning it
that's
out.
that's thinning it out. And that's for the entire weekend. That's not something you replace, before the race.
Right,
That
it's through
plank is in there the
qualifying and
entire
everything.
weekend. So
Yeah,
you figure they do a free practice one, they do a sprint qualifying, a sprint race, a regular qualifying, and a regular race. And so it just happened to be a little too thin, and the FIA shut them down. I did note, though, this is the second Grand Prix of the year. The next one coming up is Japan. We have a week off, and then they'll be in Japan, April 4th. But this is the second race of the year, and there's only one driver that has not established himself in the points, which means he has not finished a race. And that is Fernando Alonso, who's, I also believe, the oldest driver. So he just, unfortunately for him, had 2 DNFs. I forget what happened to him in Australia. He had a DNF, and then he had another one this week when his brakes went out. They caught on fire, and I think it burned a brake line. And you have no brakes. So
yeah. I saw a thing the other day randomly. Patrick Dempsey, I believe is his name, who is Derek Shepard in Grey's Anatomy.
yeah,
The McDreamy, the fucking
mm-hmm.
hot doctor that everybody loves. He's just
Yeah,
like Meredith Grey's husband. Found out the other day that he races like sprint car or not sprint car, like Formula One type Indy car or something. It's like he's like
oh,
a
I didn't know
legit
that.
racer. Like yeah, like he did it as like a younger person, then went to acting, and then like
Yeah.
missed it and was just like I'm old and boring now. I need to get back into it, and went and like reinvested in races
Okay,
himself and
that's
all
funny.
that shit. Yeah, I
That's
think
funny.
it was
Frankie Munoz does the same thing.
something. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Something
Yep.
kind of like that, where they both were like, I'm gonna go back to something fun now.
Yeah.
Like I have some money. I want
I
to do some
actually
fucking
always
shit
wanted
now.
to do this, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
go do
yeah.
that now.
And I got a little bread now.
Yeah.
So Patrick Dempsey racing. Actually, when I just typed in Patrick Dempsey, NASCAR popped up. Yeah, Patrick Dempsey, destined to drive, is the how career helped us return to racing in the Porsche Endurance Cup. Is
Okay.
what he races.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so he does whatever the hell that is. So,
Yeah, that's
but
like that's like the
it's on FS1.
GT3 series and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did actually, now that you say that, I do remember seeing commercials for his show. And it did
Dempsey
come
has a
in.
lengthy racing resume, including podiums at the Rolex 24 and the 24-hour at Le Mans before he stopped racing following the 2015 season to focus on family.
Damn, good for him.
Yeah, that's crazy. Man, you are a beautiful man, and you can race, and you have money, and you're a TV star. You just fucking chill. Make some pussy for the rest of us.
And then full transparency here, I am not a huge IndyCar fan. I don't know why, I just can't really get into it unless they're on an oval. When they're on an oval, I absolutely love watching IndyCar. But this week they were at the Thermal Park or something like that, which is Thermal Park is one of those racetracks that's a racing community where it's like the whole idea around this is, think of a golf community. So you build a golf course and then you put a bunch of houses around it. Instead of a golf course, you put a racetrack. So you put a racetrack and then you put a bunch of houses around it, and each of those houses pays a membership, and they like have access to the track, and you could literally like, you're like watching the race, and there's like people chilling on their balcony throwing parties, watching this race in their backyard.
That's pretty sweet.
It was pretty cool, and like, don't get me wrong, if I had a ton of fucking money, I would 100% own a house in a racing community. But like, it's just kind of weird to see like on TV. But yeah, Alex Palou did end up winning. I think he started third or fourth, and squeaks through the McLarens at the end, who finished second and third.
Yeah.
But the big thing that I took away from this race, just because again, not a big IndyCar fan, but they just had a random power outage at the track, in the middle of the race. So like, race is broadcasting, and all of a sudden it freezes, and it's like 30 seconds later it cuts to commercial, And then when it comes back from commercial, Fox just put on the NASCAR race. So like there's nothing to say about it. And then like 15 seconds into them airing the NASCAR race, they finally got it to the broadcasters of the NASCAR race, and then the broadcasters for the NASCAR race are like, "We'd like to welcome our IndyCar guys who were watching their race, and there was a power outage at the track, so you're gonna
that's
watch us
crazy.
for a
It
while."
says fans missed about 20 minutes of it on
Yeah,
Fox.
yeah,
Holy shit!
it
Yeah,
was.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
That began in lap 28.
yeah,
Holy shit!
yeah. So like again, I was busy this afternoon, so I had recorded both the NASCAR race and that, and so like I watching through the NASCAR race, clicking through, finish the NASCAR race, yay, NASCAR race is over. Throw that on. So Jamie's like, oh, another race, and then and so we're watching this race, and then it comes back from commercial, and she's like, what the fuck is happening? I thought you watched this already.
Yeah, she's like, I swear we just. Are you rewatching one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta
yeah,
take notes.
yeah.
That's crazy, actually. That's wild.
So yeah, it's one of those things that like you don't see very often in sports. I can't recall ever seeing a power outage like that in sports where it was just like
Super
done, nothing. But the power outage wasn't for the broadcast though. Power outage in the Super Bowl was for the field.
True. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Good point.
So like they were at least able to like show you the cameras and tell you what's going on. This was like it was like
the
it
entire
was like the
stadium's
Netflix
breaker.
buffering the boxing match from a few months
that
ago.
Was so ghetto.
Yeah,
that
it was like
crazy.
that. Like it just like started like spinning like.
And then they
it
were
just
like,
froze.
NASCAR. You're like, wait, what? What
Yeah,
am I doing? I don't
and
want to
then
watch this shit. Like,
yeah.
That's crazy.
So, if somebody's a true IndyCar fan, I can only imagine what was going through their heads when NASCAR comes back.
Right. He said, I don't want this shit on here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
What
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, cursing Fox up and down. So.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's pretty. That's nuts. That's actually, it's funny. I just saw it the other day on like a Twitter thread where it was like JFK files got released. One of the first tweets was like, "I want to know the files of the 2017 Super Bowl blackout." Like it was shit like that. And I was like, that's actually really funny. It would be funny to see.
Did you? I know we don't get into stuff like this often, but I don't think you'll be surprised by this. I spent a couple hours reading through those files, and they're so pointless. Everybody's like, "Oh, it shows all this conspiracy stuff." So of course, you know me. I'm like, I gotta read it for myself.
My
I need
thing
to go.
is,
and I was like, "This doesn't show
whoever
shit."
now says, "Here are the files," who is the person giving me to them, and how do I know they didn't just type a Word document and go, "This is the JFK"? Like, I don't
Okay,
try.
so-
Like, my level, of, like, it just, I don't care. Like, I can't take anything anybody at that high of a level says seriously, because like,
Yeah.
again, I've seen a small, teeny, tiny corporation fumble at every level of executive leadership, and you want me to believe that the United States government just has their shit together? Like,
Yeah.
don't buy it. And so that's for me, like, when someone's like, here are the JFK files, I'm like, why are they getting released now? What did you just retype? What did you doctor? What are you hiding? What pieces did you leave out?
Okay.
Who are you blaming this on? Like, I then get in the conspiracy of like, are these the real JFK files, or like, what are the JFK? Like, so that for me, I can't even trust reading the document because it's like, where did this come from?
Okay.
Like,
Well, you will get a kick out of this.
if I didn't walk into JFK's house and like dig a floorboard up and be like, guys, look what I just found. Like, I just can't. I can't. But anyway, continue.
You will get
What
a
did
kick
you
out of
find?
this. One of the funniest things, and now like there's a shitstorm on the internet about it, is so basically what they did is Trump came in and was like, I'm gonna release the files. He did release the files, not like the top secret ones, but he released basically everything that had been released to date had a bunch of redactions to it, and he basically cleared all redactions and released the files.
Interesting.
And so like those redactions though included like names, social security numbers, birth dates of people that are still living. To the point where the Social Security Administration has now come out and been like, "Hey, we need to get these guys all new security, like social security numbers, because you just fucking released them to the public."
That is actually, I'm glad you told me that. That's really
Yeah.
funny.
So yeah, I think it was like a total of like 50, it's like 50 to 60 people that you can like just go and in plain text read their name, birth date, and social security
Oh my
number
God,
on the
that's
internet
so
now.
funny. Yeah, see, that's for me. Like, yeah, like I said, I've you see my point of view. Though, where,
Yes.
Like, there's just this level of disconnect where it's like I don't believe literally anything. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that I can't if I Rogan has me believing that the moon landing's fucking fake, so like I can't look at any if I didn't see I'm such a Debbie Downer at that where it's like if I don't shake Santa Claus's hand, the fucking fat fucker doesn't exist. Like I have to see it all and know it happened for it to register, and it sucks that I am that way, but I feel like we've just been lied to so much so often, so
Sure.
it's like the hell am I supposed to believe? So that's as soon as it came out and people went running to Twitter, I was like, I could care less.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even
Most
trust what they are. So
most of the files are just about Lee Harvey Oswald's time spent in Mexico shortly before the shooting, like in months leading up to it. He spent a lot of time in
interesting.
Mexico.
And the fact that they were like watching him and all that shit already. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
they were watching him, and like it was, again, I understand your point with the files, but
Right, yeah,
and like how legitimate is it? But like it's from the
according
files.
to
From the files, it's pretty clear that he acted alone, and that it was just like he got super unlucky with hitting the general that was in the car with him, and then got super lucky by actually getting a kill shot on JFK because apparently he's just not that good. So it was
Yeah.
like, damn, dude got real lucky. So
wait, there was 2 shots fired into the car. You hit the guy in the front seat first, and then JFK,
Yeah.
or hit him with 1 bullet.
He hit. There were 2 shots fired. And he hit him. The first one hit the general who was sitting in like the. I think he might have been driving the car or in the passenger
Right.
seat, and then
The
and then he
second
had hit JFK, and that's the one that went like went through JFK and like into his wife's leg or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
remember all the details.
See, I
but-
saw that. That was that was like a side Twitter thing. I literally, this was the tweet I read before. I was like, all right, this is enough. I've had enough. It was literally, I think, oh god damn it, Jackie, is that her name?
His wife.
Yes.
I think
Okay,
so. but
if
don't
you
hold me to
even
that.
have to think about it, I don't feel as dumb. JFK wife, Jacqueline Kennedy. Fuck
Okay.
yes. Who's the throat goat? Nancy Reagan. Not it. Not relevant. Anyway, you remember that when the internet classified that Nancy Reagan was a throat goat?
No.
Oh god, I gotta tag you.
Actually-
that thread. Reddit and shit was
I
like, maybe
kinda do
she.
remember it.
Yeah, everyone was like, she was out here fucking gobbling them down. But anyway, I saw this one random tweet. And this, like, I read this one. I was like, okay, time for me to get off Twitter. Like, I'm done. I don't care about this anymore. I got all the way down, and this one guy was like, I think Jackie's the one that shoot him. If you look at this video, I break it down and blah blah blah. She turns in a weird way and fires a handgun and hits him, and then like that's why he falls that way and the blood splatter. And I was like, no shit. And I was like, why am I doing it? What am I so much better? I have more important shit I gotta be doing. And I was like, okay, I'm a
That'd be
dad.
an
I have laundry
intake.
to do. Yeah, like I was just like, cool, great theory. And so now for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be like, I think Jackie did it. Like that's gonna be my stance every time someone brings it up. I'm like, I don't know. Do we know that Jackie didn't?
It's this guy.
Yeah, literally, like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I read a tweet about it one time. I don't know. Probably an anonymous Twitter account. Like, yeah, I read one tweet about it. And I literally was like, this is too much. I was like, he did some fucking research, though, but I was like, I don't care.
Sure, everybody's done some research.
Yeah, but that my concern is that he did research on shit that's garbage. So, like,
Yes.
where does it start? Where does
Right.
it end? So, anyway, non-politics. That was fun, though.
Little
JFK
sidebar.
files. Yeah, I don't even remember how we fucking ranted off into that. Is Patrick Dem? My tabs open this week and this time are JFK and Grey's Anatomy star and all this other random shit. So, oh yeah, the lights being out and
The Super Bowl.
files. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, so IndyCar, move us on. What do we have? What do we actually have today / tomorrow? TGL.
Yeah, so golf tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, Monday 9 p.m. Atlanta versus New York in a best of 3 series. Game, I guess match 2. Tuesday at 7 p.m. and then if they need a third one, Tuesday at 9 p.m. So could be
Yeah,
back to
that's
back.
crazy how they do that. Yeah, that's crazy how they do. I kind of
Imagine-
like it. But
imagine
like,
being
I
a
kinda
fan.
don't. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Like that's you're like
you're
'cause your
rooting
team
for
is
the other
down.
team. Yeah,
Yeah, your team is down. So like you win and you're like, fuck yeah, we got this tied up, baby. Let's keep
Yeah.
this momentum going into
Right.
the night. And like, yeah, that's crazy to not have. And I get like if it travel, like they're probably trying to crunch it now because PGA Tour's about to start ramping up. And
right.
but yeah, that's crazy that they're gonna double down games 2 and 3 or match 2 and 3 on the
Yeah.
same night. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see. So, and then speaking of golf, Victor Hovland back to back Valspar champion. Lots of crazy shots this week. I got a bunch of like, oh, dude dunks it in, dude painful birdie miss. Like
Yeah.
lots of crazy shit happened this weekend, but. He squeaked it out. It was only a 1-stroke win. I was like, I think he was 11 under. Second place was 10 under. So, and then other than that, Hershey Bears, I believe, are still second in the league, and playoffs start in like a week and a half. So,
Yes,
I'm really excited
that
for that
is
to start.
both true.
Both true.
Uh,
I think that's everything that I have. That was a solid weekend though. Lots of basketball, a little bit of racing, some other fun stuff.
yeah. Oh, I did forget to mention this. Did you see the hockey player this weekend?
Nope.
Look up Nathan Walker. Spelled just as you normally would. Dude
Casually
gets
pulled out his tooth and hands it to his trainer.
yeah. Yeah. He got hit in the mouth during the game. Literally pulls his tooth out and hands it to the trainer and keeps playing. Like hockey players are just built different.
Yeah, that's
like
fucking
it's wild.
Crazy. Unfazed after losing a tooth. He said, skates over and is like, here,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, definitely cool to watch though.
The trainer said,
What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, literally, you put the shit on ice. What am I supposed to do with it? You can't put it back in. You need a fake tooth, sir. All right, yeah, but so yeah, we have halftime right now. I guess before we lead off, these games will be over. But Arizona, Oregon. By the time people hear this, Arizona up over Oregon, 42-38 at half, and Michigan State up 64-58 with only 2 minutes to go. So Michigan State, Tom Izzo's squad looks like they might pull this out.
Yeah, I mean they should, but I guess 2 minutes and 12 seconds is a lot of basketball, so we'll see what the hell happens.
Imagine a Michigan State Elite Eight, a Big Ten showdown. That would be crazy.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
That would be wild.
Yeah, it would. It would be a lot of fun. I was trying to look up earlier, and I completely got sidetracked and then forgot about it, where these games are being played. Because they move for the Sweet 16. So
I think it's in San Antonio. No, San Antonio is the Final Four.
Yeah, because they're different for each side of the bracket. But yeah.
I don't know where they're at. Oh, well.
Anyways,
right. GG's.
I have a
subscribe.
fun fact.
Thanks, Derek. Oh yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Almost forgot. Yeah, we can't forget. All right. I don't think you're gonna like this one, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, you fucked me up with some of these ones recently. That map shit last week, Joe and I opened up Plague to play it one morning before school, and I was like, Africa's further south. I was pissed right away. I was like, this is bullshit.
Interesting. All right, so this one. Most itches are caused by a bacteria on your skin, which release a chemical to activate a protein that signals your nervous system to respond.
That actually doesn't bother me that much. I like knowing what it's from now. Or like every time I get an itch, I'm like, little bacteria, get the fuck off me, and then.
I mean, that's not quite how that works, but yeah.
No, it's not, but I'll pretend it is. I'll put there's like a little Osmosis Jones that I'm just scratching off of there, like a little scratching stiff, Osmosis Jones, and now we're Gucci.
All right.
Yeah, that'll be. Yeah, that is an interesting. Yeah, there was a couple recently at the map and some other ones you've hit me with recently that have really fucked everything up for me. Where every time I think about it now, I'm like, God damn it, dude. The nose one, breathing and seeing, those ones fuck me up every time too.
Have you been practicing your high jump?
No, I don't need to practice. I know I can do a second. It's just no problem. I know I can do it. The 1 second has got to be easy as fuck.
We need to get one of those hand mats they use for this cup stacking stuff. Because that would be a good thing. Like you're doing like a jump. So like if you're doing a high jump, you would step on it and release. That would start timing, and then when you land,
I know what you're talking about.
When you land, it would hit again.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can probably jump when I'm jumping. I'll hit start on my stopper, and then by the time I land, it'll probably be like 4 or 5 seconds anyway. So.
Right? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So plenty of buffer.
Yes. Alrighty, well, yes, like and subscribe. Enjoy your Monday and your week. We will catch you Thursday night. I think we'll have some basketball on. No, it's only on the weekend.
No, Thursday's Sweet 16 Thursday, Friday.
I thought it was Friday, Saturday. But okay.
I hope not. I think it's Thursday, Friday is Sweet 16, and then Saturday, Sunday is Elite 8.
Yeah, I had to pull up the schedule.
I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong.
Yeah, let's verify
that. But either
that.
way, yeah, let's. Yeah, 27, 28, 29, 30. So
yeah,
it's.
You're right.
Yeah,
yep.
Thursday through Sunday. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it'll be. Let's see. Maryland plays Florida. It doesn't give me times. Yeah, they haven't announced the times yet. BYU plays Alabama. Arkansas plays Texas Tech. And the winner of tonight's game plays Duke.
Yeah, Oregon, Arizona.
Fun fact, 2 of those games are in the Prudential Center in Newark. The Duke
Tickets
game.
as low as $247.
Bama game, yeah. Well, you get both games. And then Friday's games are in Indianapolis and Atlanta, since we were talking about it. Anyways, like and subscribe. Have a good week. And Dane's going to See if you can spend a couple $100 to go watch basketball.
I'm about to fuck up a weekend. All right, yeah, GG. See you guys later.
Take care, everybody.